Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and I hope everyone's going to have a fabulous weekend. I hope you have a fabulous day too. We've got lots of rain, and I'm looking out of my window right now and we've got lovely big puddles, but I'm not going to complain. Right, today we are back with some more from Panalisa, and I have to tell you that if you're someone who likes I'm just going to straighten my paper up here. I think my camera's a bit wobbly. If you're someone that likes instant gratification and something that looks really good at the end of your very short process, then that is going to be the die for you. Yes, it is. It's a box drawer and it comes with lots of little pieces. You get a little hat for graduation. You get a little rose and a base die. You've got balloons. You've got sentiments of friends, congrats, thanks and birthday. You've got little layered pieces, but what's really sweet about this, you don't have to use it if you don't want to, but you can turn the top of the box into an easel die, and that's what we're going to be doing today. And so I have been prepared, oh yes, and I have been in die cut, and we're going to do a Christmas one. This doesn't actually include anything Christmas, but there is a sentiment banner, and I've used that to print off Merry Christmas and cut it. So I'm just going to share with you all of my bits and pieces, and if you want to see the one Panalisa made, then you can just click on the link below. Right, so here we go. First of all, my bits that I cut out from my Christmas paper that I got from Panalisa, and that is in the last haul, which should be in the video below. This is your little card piece for your easel. Isn't that sweet? And then there is the little bit that I printed out on the little banner that comes with it, and that is going to be my little stop for the easel that goes on top of the box. So all of that very quick and easy, and we're only 2 minutes into the video, so I'm moving those out of the way for now, and I'm going to show you the bits. Yes, I am. Right, so you get the base die, and you can see I've folded that, and that's where you need to put your tape, on the tabs only. Now I only had that width and that width, so you know, kind of to cover all that up, I've used 2 different sizes, but very simple. You've got your score lines, you fold your score lines, you tuck it in as you would any other box, and then that bit comes up, and you can see that. I haven't done it neatly at the moment, but you know what I mean. Really simple. And then you get the sleeve that your drawer box slides into, and you cut 2 of them. So you get the whole base, and then you get one of these, but cut 2 of these, and pop your tape, I'm doing it slowly so that you can see if you make one, onto the outside, which is usually the nice attractive looking piece of card, because if I flip it over you can see, well, probably not so well, as your plates get dinged up, you know, your rough side gets rough, and if you keep long enough then your rough side will get rougher. But you're going to connect that onto that so that you end up with a long strip which will then fold, and then that little bit will go into that so that you end up with that, and we're going to put that together in a second. This is your little slider piece. So this is once again the nice side of your paper or your cardstock, and that's what it should look like when you fold it. Okay, so this is your nice side, that is your rough side, and on your rough side you're going to put a piece of tape on that little strip there. Now I cut another little card that attaches to the easel, because of course you want it a bit solid, because you want to be able to play with it when you've done it. And so what I'm going to do is glue that onto there. Now this bit is going to go to the top of my box, which is this bit that hasn't been put together yet, and you want to glue that on before you put it together so that you haven't got anything, you know, swinging left or right on you. Make sure that your measurements are correct, and I'm pretty sure I cut that correctly, so I'll just flatten that out, and then some wet glue And I'll pop the wet glue down on these, and then I'll just run off for 5 minutes while it all dries. Just wiggle it around, because using wet glue, it's going to squidge, so you know, don't go straight up to the edge with it. And if my throat's croaky, I apologise. So you just want to get that on there straight, and then, you know, press your glue out once you've got it down and you know it's on level. And I'm going to leave that to dry, and I'm also going to do this one, so just wiggling in the wigglies. And then pop your little piece on. It could be a birthday piece, a flowery piece, because of course you get flowers in this set. But I decided to do Christmas because I did get that lovely Christmas pack and I haven't had a chance to use it yet. I'm sure I'll get more chance as the months go on, but I just wanted to use it now. Isn't that pretty? Right, all of my stuff is going to dry because, as you can see, you know, humidity, my edges are curling up already. So I'm just going to keep smoothing this and I'll be back in a minute. Right, so those pieces are, I think, dry enough to start playing around, and so is that one. I'm just going to put my little bump stop with my snowman and pop that up there, because we're going to do the sleeve. And as I said, you know, you just want them in a long strip, and you can see where your fold line is. Let me go up there and move the tray. You always want to go just in front of your score line, because if you go over it and you bend it, this piece is going to, like, sort of, you know, you're going to have a horrible gap there. So I'm just going to take my tape off and get my fingernails under it. Once again, I'm using a Lena Craft tape. Now my tape didn't go all the way, so I'm just going to put a really tiny bead of glue just on that edge. Just cap my bottle, and then before you score line, line it up. And press that flat. I just got that little bit of extra glue there because I knew that my tape wasn't going all the way to the top. Right, I'll let that dry just for a second and then we'll come back and do that side. Right, so that's dry, and now I'm going to do exactly the same thing with that side. Just pull my tape off there, and then just a tiny little bit of glue. I'm just dotting it on the edge. Now I've kind of met it there, but I've got a little gap there, so I'm just putting a little drop in. And now we're going to flip this so that you can see how I'm doing this, because the next thing that you need to do is to put this side down. Now I'm just bending that so that I can see what I'm doing, and then I'm going to pull that down. Now you want it to be straight just before your score line again. Now nothing is ever permanent until you press it, so just be sure that once you've got it down there, you know that you're committed. So that is the sleeve of the box. And I mean, seriously, how easy was that? I mean, that was just, you know, ridiculously easy. Now if you wanted to, you don't have to use the easel. You can just make lots of these and you can stack it up as high as you want, and then on the front of your little drawer, you know, you can have little doorknobs so that you've made a set of drawers. But it's just so quick, it really is quick. And now we're going to do the drawer. Now you could also, before you put this together, cut a piece of paper and you can line your drawer with something pretty. But once again, what you're doing here is you're getting it straight before you press. And I'll do 2 sides, and then I'll run off and do my other 2 sides. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain when you use two different sizes of tape. I think you can hear thunder. I can hear the thunder. So there's my two sides of my drawer. So you've got to do that twice. So I'll flip it over, I'll do the other, and I'll be right back. So that's that done, and now we've got the sleeve and we've got the base. Now you could put Christmas tea bags, candy canes, whatever it is that you wanted to in there. It's so sweet, absolutely love it. And then this piece that I showed you, we'll look at that shape again. Decide where you want the top of your box, because that's where you're going to glue that piece. So if I just take the tape off, yeah, it's my humidity. It even makes adhesive damp. I'm just trying to get my nail under there so I can remove it. There we go. So we've got that. And then we need to go to the top of our box, and this is going to be the top of mine. So I'm just going to push that over to the side and flatten it for a minute. Let's grab that while I get that right up at the top, and I want it to be straight. So that is now stuck down to the top of the box. So if we plump it up again, you can see that there. Whoops. So that you've got your easel on top. Now once you've got your easel there, of course you can bend it up. You can see roughly where you want your stop. But first of all, I'm going to slide my drawer in so that I've got a more solid base. So onto here now, we're going to pop our little card, which is our little snowman. And I'm just going to smooth it out due to humidity. And I'm going to lie that on there. I want it directly, you know, in the middle. So I'm going to go there. Now if you want to put your glitter and your sparklers, if you're doing a Christmas one or even a birthday one, you know, go ahead and do that. But I can see that that line is kind of like almost to the top of there. So I'm flipping it over, and this is where I'm putting my glue. So you can have a look at that there. My lovely squiggly mess. And this is going to go down on here, right in the centre, but just slightly above. Can you see that? It's just slightly above my edge. So that there is no glue at the top, so you can see that. Right, I'm just going to hold that in position till it's dry, and I'll be right back. Right, this is almost dry, and you can see, you know, you can decorate this top piece as well, but I just wanted to leave it craft so that you can see exactly what's going on there. And as you kind of like bend up your easel, that is how it will look, and your easel can stand up as far or as shallow as you want. I'm going to have mine quite upright, but what I did was I grabbed my snowflake sequins, which are glorious things. There they are, and they kind of pick up all the colours that are in this. So I'm just going to dot 3 up here and have a little fun. But you could put crystals up there, anything that you want. So I'm going with a snowflake there, one there, and one there, so that I've got a little bit of, you know, sparkly interest. And I might actually push that one a bit further. There we go. Right, so I've got 3 little sequins up there, and now we need the bump stop. So I've already got foam on the back, and this tag shape comes with this box set. So we need to get this on straight, and I'm hoping my sequins don't drop off. So I've decided I want mine fairly upright. I haven't committed yet because I don't know if that's on straight or not. So I'm just going to tip it up towards me. And I can see it needs to be there. So now I am committed. So I've got my little Merry Christmas and I've got my snowman. And it just sits on top of that box. Isn't that great? Like I said, you know, a little bit of red ribbon, punch 2 little holes so that you've got a draw pull, which I didn't do. But you can see just how quick. I mean, I'm somebody who could sit here all weekend making these. I just think that is a fabulous little die. And if you've got 2 more of just the drawers underneath, you can fill it with different candies or little treats. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely love that. And let's measure it because it's a great size. So here we go. It is, I'm going to say 3 3/8, and then just turn it around to get the width. Whoops, I'm going to have to flip it over there. I'm going to say 2.5 inches. So what a lovely size, you know. Isn't that cute? A great little gift. But as I said, I left it craft. You can put all different paper or glitter paper on this section behind. You can put a sentiment from you on that section there. So, you know, Merry Christmas from you. You have to excuse, you know, any billowing of cardstock because of my humidity here. But, you know, it does fit and it goes in flat. But with that paper as well, just a couple of little sequins. I just think that's absolutely adorable. I'm going to hold it like that so you can see it. So if you're making it, you can pause just to make sure you haven't made any errors. Right, I thank you so much for joining me today. Really enjoyed making that. Have an absolutely fabulous weekend, and I'll be back up on Monday with more. As usual, all links below. Bye.